my people. Welcome again to another segment on Serenity Corner. Yay! How are you people doing? How has it been? How has your week been going? Well, is well. Let's.
I guess mine was just
Yes, Mr. Gospel. Mr. Gospel is in the house. Somebody say hello. Yay, Mr. Gospel. Mr. Gospel had fun this weekend. Yes, I was viewing his status. He was
yeah,
like,
he's actually looking like he's what is it? Starting he's after drinking, you wake up the next morning and they call it
yeah, I think
hangover.
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 Yes. Okay, but that, no, let's not expose Mr. Gospel. He's here with us. He's the man of the house. And then Mr. Ikechupu, wonderfully dressed. Yes,
Let's have it.
without no wife, married to
Husband of
many
many.
without no
Mama,
wife.
you say?
Sorry.
Exactly.
So, and then a wonderful lady, very
Hello,
pretty
lovely.
as usual. She's just a
Hi.
beautiful
Our
woman.
Bella
Miss
Blue.
Ah.
Glory.
The toy in the house.
I don't understand.
My name is Goodness Chisholm, and you all are welcome to another segment on Serenity Corner. So, well, let's talk about this. Today's gist is very interesting. So I will really leave Miss Gloria to introduce us.
Okay, thank you very
Yes,
much.
yes.
Hello, my people. How are you all doing? How has it been? Today's topic, like Chisom has said, is really, really an interesting one.
Very
It
interesting.
is one that touches us in general, as every Nigerian as a whole. Whether you're a driver, a pedestrian, whatever it is, it touches everybody one way or the other. Our topic for today: who takes responsibility for the lives on Nigerian roads? Who take responsibility? A lot of things are going on, which we see. A lot of accidents keep happening on a daily basis. The big question is, who takes responsibility for these lives that are lost on these roads on a daily basis? Like we
Yeah.
have this recent one that is trending. Trending. What is it?
Yeah.
This former BB Niger housemate,
Your
Fina.
sister.
Yeah,
Fina.
sister Ruth Otabo. And she was hit by Dangote truck on the way. And according to what we heard, like the driver was actually trying to escape, but was caught by some passerbys that were standing around and all that. So and later she was rushed to the hospital. Though Dangote company actually issued a statement that they are accountable for whatever happens. Now the big question is, at the end of this, the girl lost her two legs, but later lost her life actually a few days ago. Now the question is, who takes responsibility for this life? That is the big question.
It's really a strong one there. May her soul rest in peace,
Yeah.
amen. But it's really a strong one there because we don't really know who takes responsibility. Because from what I heard, I think some activists online we are trying to even get the Dangote group of companies to please help this girl out. But it seems like they weren't taking things seriously. It was later on when they were dragged too far that they had to, like, was it go and visit them in the hospital or something like that. So this is quite a complicated one, and it's quite touching though.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
who takes responsibility for this
That is
life?
the big question. Who takes responsibility? Who is really responsible? If we are to talk about it openly, who is responsible? Because a lot of things goes on the road. Is it the driver? Is it the government, the agencies that are actually tasked to actually watch the road and safeguard, make sure that there is safety on the road? Or even the pedestrians, we citizens, who exactly is responsible for all this that is going on?
Yeah.
Mr. Gospel.
Well, why did you mention me?
Yes, because you wanted to say something. You are looking at me.
Yes,
you
I've
wanted
been
to say
saying
something.
you guys
Yes.
checking,
So,
wants
I know
give
you
it to
wanted to
us
say
somehow.
something, so I had to throw the question.
Well,
to you.
there's no way this topic I will keep quiet because it's a very interesting one. Looking at the topic, Nigeria is a funny country where everybody is just looking at the problems but no solution to it. The accident this is not the first because it's happened to a non-person or a prominent person in the state. That is why it's so obvious that something like that happened. It's been happening. Even I could remember when I was still in SS2 before Ohakem regime. I could remember when a trailer smashed someone's head and the trailer even moved on. So these things have been happening. So Nigeria refused to take the uh, yeah, should I say precaution on their about. They just overlook some certain things. These things are very simple. They go outside country, they go other places and see that what they are doing there, they love it. But they don't want to implement it here in Nigeria because they are looking at the cost and looking at the gain. Now, this road safety, I've never moved on a road for a very long time. I see where they say this is a kilometer or the kind of kilometer, the speed
Speed
kilometer
limit.
you can run. I've not seen it. Only if out of the road, you can only see it once. Maybe when you are traveling to somewhere like Lagos, you just see it, or maybe Abuja, you just see it one or two places. So these things, it's not about putting it on the road. Nigerians are very stubborn. People may even look at it and just speed of it because they know that nobody is enforcing it. So these are the ways they can guide these drivers. And some of these drivers, are not here in Owerri. There are some places they put kind of iron that truck cannot pass through that.
Yes, yes.
And I know that it's neighborhood and people that put it. But some places, even at Ikinebu, I see some truck with speed moving. Those places are residential areas. Truck are not meant to pass through that way. They are meant to go on a highway, and there should be road for trucks and there should be road for small vehicles. And when they are lane, not road, they should build a lane for truck and lane for small vehicles. And even while crossing main road, I saw the one at Chorobi Junction. There is a walkway where people with leg can walk and cross road, but it's not all the places here in Owerri. So most times I will just stand there. You see motor with speed. Even as you are standing on the walkway, nobody can stop. Even when you are crossing the road, see the way I run, like say person dey pursue me. Because these things they are taking it for granted. So when all these things are being looked into, you see that it will reduce the high rate of accidents, and when there is road safety with their power bike and see something like this, the first thing they need to do is to capture the plate number. Yeah, here, well, I may
We
not
are
say
not that
we are not
advanced.
advanced because I saw
Yes.
something like that in Abuja sometime. That's of 2020. They have camera, and even at midnight, I saw road safety triumph parked one side. Now you won't see anybody like controlling all this manual. Come, wait. No, everything traffic is there. They are one side, and once you move pass that traffic, beat the traffic, you see them, they pursue immediately. Wherever you are going to, they will follow you to that
To
place.
that place, yes.
And once they put call, there's a checkpoint, they will stop you there. So it's high time we need to organize this country and make things balance well for us.
The truth is, the theory of cause and effect said that to every effect there is always a cost, and the Nigerian situation is such that for a greater percentage we're always discussing the effect and not discussing the cost. Now, when you talk about the issue of what happens on the road, first of all, I want to create this consciousness in everybody that life is the chief value of every existent thing. You understand? And it's sacred. So it is something that all of us should actually key into, or formulating policies, or even at the villages and stuff like that, to make sure that these things are moderated. Now, coming to what road users do, you understand? Now, the number one thing is this: some of these drivers, the drivers that both truck drivers, private people with private vehicles, and all of these things, a good number of them is not even interested in what happens next. And now, when you are a good driver, you are not just driving yourself, you are driving the next car. You understand? Because you might be on your lane and then another person will just hit you. But if you are conscious of your environment, you will even be able to divert a wrong driving from another person. So in this case now, you see that a good number of these people that moves these big vehicles on the road, some of them will take up to 5 wraps of cocaine or cigarettes
weed and all
or
that.
Indian hemp before they enter the driving seat. And at that point, they even jump the bumpers that is built on the road. You understand? You see that they are not even interested in what happens next. They feel like where they are, maybe if another thing, if they hit any smaller thing, it's not going to affect them. So they just drive recklessly. So it's really a perennial problem that needs to be attended to. So that's what I can say for now. Yes, it's something that needs urgent attention.
All right, all right. Actually, I think that before we actually talk about what drivers and those that are driving big trucks and all that should do, I think we should also talk about the state of Nigerian roads. Because if, let's say, drivers, everyone is at fault when it comes to what happens on the road. But first of all, if the roads are in good shape, we could actually avert a lot of things. Now, let's take for instance, now you are traveling on the road. There's usually 2 lanes on the road, coming and going. Now, the coming part of it is very bad. It's as damaged as, and like that cars cannot actually pass very well. And most of them have to take one way. That actually can actually cause accidents. That itself. So if we're talking about who is at fault here, the federal government also, because these roads, these federal roads and everything, they should actually be worked upon. They should look into it. And I think if the roads are in a better condition, then we will have less of fault from the side of the government. Then we'll know that okay, the citizens, the drivers, and others now will have to work on our own parts.
Okay, looking at this, you want to say something?
Yeah, I want to say something. Well, it seems like we are kind of digressing from the topic, right? We are still there, but I think we are kind of digressing. Now, the question is, who takes responsibility for what just happened, right? A lady lost her life, and it's so tragic because earlier on, some activists were trying to, get the said person, to come to the aid of this family and help this girl. I think if they had done things that were necessary earlier on, this girl wouldn't have died. But they were so,
Reluctant.
yes,
That's the
reluctant
word.
about it, and they didn't take it serious. Now, moving over to this now, who takes responsibility? The federal government. There is no law protecting citizens from this kind of big companies. These are well-known companies. These are people that are rich, right?
Sorry to cut you short, actually. Now, if we say who take responsibility in this particular case now, are we going to say the owner of the company take responsibility or now? Because according to information, the driver himself does not have a driver's license.
So who employed
Who
the
is
person?
eh?
Who employed them?
Now, a lot of persons are saying that Dangote now himself, he's the owner of the company, yeah,
Yes.
but he does not oversee everything going on in his company.
Okay.
That he employs people to do those things now. So who is going to take responsibility? Is it Dangote himself now or the driver?
Dangote
Sorry,
group
I want
of
to say
companies.
something. When you said we are digressing, we're not actually digressing. Most of the problem we're having is that we always like to discuss the effect without discussing the cause. So for us to reference some of the contributing factors to why these accidents are happening is actually very, very important, because it's going to go a long way to create in the mind the consciousness of the government, the citizens, and even drivers on some of these things so that it can be worked on before we move into who takes responsibility, because we're just using a case study. So, but referencing this case now does not necessarily mean that we cannot talk about the factors that surrounds why accidents happen on the road. Just like, anyways, when you talk about accidents, most of the times it's not really bad road that causes accidents. If there are 20 accidents, about 16 is by overspeeding.
Yeah, speeding,
You understand? So, which happens where the road is good? You understand? Sometimes you feel you've got your brakes in check, you have got everything in check, and then it disappoints you, and that's the accident. But situation where the road is bad, highest is maybe the truck will fall and stuff like that. And most of the times there are no really much casualties. But then, working our road, Nigeria, when compared to other countries, we still have a very poor road network that is should actually be worked on. You understand? So I'm not saying that the road should not be worked on. You understand? But then, when it's bringing us back to a
question.
goodness question on who takes responsibility. One, Dangote's company is liable for that accident. You understand? Nobody knows the driver. Who we know is the brand. That is why when you have a public company, you are existing independent of the company. The company can be sued, but you, the owner, is not sued. You understand? So in this case now, the individual committed this crime. Maybe he has taken something before entering the stairway, or maybe he felt dizzy because of stress, or maybe anything at all could be. Sometimes there could be manipulations on the road. You understand? These things happen. You understand? But when you are talking about who takes responsibility, already the company has accepted being responsible for what happened. But that's not enough. Is if we continue to keep people's life on the altar of I will take responsibility and then give them 2 million, it's just like we are killing chicken and stuff like that.
All right. That was good one. Let's quickly go on a short break and we'll be right back.
Hello, my people. Welcome from that very short break. We are still in the studio and we are asking who takes full responsibility of lives of citizens lost on the road. So earlier, before we went on the short break, Mr.
Ugova.
Mr. Ikechuku here was saying something, and he said he made mention of please remind me what you said again. You said something now. Remind me of what you said about the companies not taking responsibility, or the drivers, what kind of drivers who are employed to take this job. So I, for one, I believe that, like you said earlier, there is no much enlightenment and would I say
Evaluation.
Assessment
evaluation, yes,
of these
of these drivers. They just pick them from anywhere and just
As long
put
as
them
you can
inside. As far as exactly,
You are good to go.
then you are good to go. So this is really
I guess one of the videos I watched about a very dark man that said they were like, that should be on a life this thing.
mm,
They were asking the driver how about his license, and he said I don't have license. Imagine
see.
a driver, and that takes us back to what I said earlier concerning road safety. They are not really doing their job. You know, most
Stop
times
a car on the road, you just collect money.
most
And allow
times they
the
are
car
not doing their job. Actually, there are some of these things I thought of the speed
Bump.
kilometer
Yes.
and thereabout.
Speedometer.
They are the ones to enforce those things, build them, and it just puts a budget or project that look at what we are about to embark. Government will fund it and they'll do it and make sure that they follow it up. And some of these things they don't have driving license, and some of them they are not. They need, I guess, like what you said, they need psychological check because most of them they get score.
Mm.
So most times they just enter, even not just them. You know, you are just talking about big truck.
Exactly, I want to say that. Not just
Big,
big truck.
let me not
Even
just
small cars.
mention some motor parks.
All these, what is it
Some
called?
these company
Keke
motors,
bus.
Mm.
All of
they,
them.
the kind of accident they have, most times you just, man, what is happening on the road is so terrible. So government should really look into it. Then they should put it into law, and so that the people, the drivers or the companies will be guided a bit. At least they won't be driving anyhow.
There
When
was
they know that they have a penalty to pay,
yes.
they will sit back and say, no, let me not do it.
Yes.
I think for me, this is not really about penalty, because a situation where maybe a company that makes 1 billion naira daily on profit,
They'll
he
not
asks
pay
the
the
person to pay 1 million naira on penalty. It doesn't really, for the person, it doesn't make sense. You know, this is just like somebody buying a bottle of Desperados for him. You understand? So I would be.
Sorry to cut you short. The penalty I'm talking about is not about fun.
Okay.
Penalty could be in prison like 2 years, this thing or thereabout. So when you remember that if you do something like this, like somebody that kills somebody, like it's the same thing.
Mhm.
Someone that shoots you or kill you with a knife, the same thing with someone that use a car and crush on
Crush
the
into
road.
the yes.
So if there should be, they should be at equilibrium between person that killed direct and the person that killed by road accidents. You see that they will be now cautious of how they
Yeah,
move on the
driving,
road or
yeah.
how they drive.
Okay, I think that's very, very important. At first, I will say that this penalty should be in two folds. It's a suggestion anyway, but it's going to work. Now, let's say, for instance, I own a brand as big as Dangote's brand, and then one of my truck now hits somebody halfway, and then the implication is going to be that maybe possibly I'm going to stop operation for 1 month. Do you know that within that 1 month I'm going to lose fortune? And it's going to create that consciousness in me that to always be sure that everybody working for me is on the right track. So, one, there should be that kind of penalty for brand owners, and then there should be a separate one for the individual that is handling the truck, for instance. And then, generally, I think our federal government should actually see the possibility of instituting a compulsory monthly checkup for all drivers, where every month you're expected to visit a clinical psychologist to actually be sure that whether you are driving a truck or you're driving Igbo bus or all of these things, you are assessed. Because sometimes you can be passing through stress, you can be passing through mental stress, you can be passing through a lot of things, and you might even forget you're on the driving seat. You understand? And then also, I want the government, if it's possible, yes, it's possible, to institute monitoring cameras on the road that could actually pick these people, because some of them do this and go scot free because there is no CCTV cameras watching them, nobody to pick them, nobody to track them, so they do whatever they want on the road. And then even passengers too. In fact, there are a lot to say. You understand? But for me, this is a collective responsibility. You yourself that is walking on the road should not put earbud on the road and then walking as if you are in your parlor. It doesn't make sense, because once you are gone, you are gone. Somebody just said, why is this car coming to this place? Doesn't he know where he's supposed to be? And you are making an argument with a car that might fail brake, and once you are hit, you don't die if you say you don't die. So,
I overheard her when she said something about bad roads, and something like you say that you are debating. We are not. Now that bad road, now you see that most drivers, they prefer going moving through that walkway, that even hitting you down than going through the post road. Most times, even if they want to park, they don't even mind if you are there. They just carry the car going very close to you. It's you that is even walking and will start running. So most of this, they do it intentionally. It's not that they put something. It's not that if government or road safety directors will put this as trucks. This is the kilometer you drive, no matter wherever you are driving. This is the number of speed kilometer you drive. Then on every road, this is the number of kilometers. Except you are driving on a highway, very highway that no other thing. Then trucks, this is your lane. Normal car, this is your lane. If it will be possible, which I doubt.
It can be possible, but then we are not that advanced, and we have not gotten to that stage. But then earlier in Imo State, I can remember during the leadership of one particular governor, he made it that such heavy duties, there was a time limit for them.
Yeah.
You understand?
Nice,
Yes, and it was good and it was very effective then. At least in that time, roads, and these trucks, they are the ones that spoil the road.
Yes, now.
Their tires are so strong and it damages
They
the
load
road.
the
Yes, they load the tire. So that time they only patrol at night.
It's not them that is spoiling the road, because they are building the inferior roads. Because if the road is standard, there is no way the truck will spoil the road.
Well,
So whichever
that's
way, it's
that-
whichever
that's
way
which-
then.
It's on the
but
two
it's
sides.
still accepted, yes.
Yes,
But
and-
then there should be a time limit for all these things. They have a supposed time. I think then his own was from 6 to 6 or
6 to 6,
thereabouts.
Yeah, 60
And
you are
yeah,
correct.
and it was
Once it's
wonderful.
safe,
Then.
you can wait
You
till-
understand? You park and they took it serious.
But now they are everywhere.
They're everywhere. Even
Big trucks
There's some
are
places you
everywhere.
go that once it's 6 a.m., you see truck drivers, they just parked on the road.
yes, they will.
There are places, even till now, there are places you go, they will move till 6 p.m.
Mhm.
They pick up. During daytime like this, you will not see them on the road. They are all parked, just doing their business and all that stuff.
Because they know that they'll be
Yes.
penalized if they do that.
Yes.
So that thing should also be affected in this kind of
everywhere, every places, every state in this country should be implemented. So as let us take, and secondly, I thought there was a time that they said that anybody driving should not take phone calls. I don't understand, because this phone call is not
Don't
something.
drink and drive.
Don't drink and drive. Don't take call when you're steering, because that's cost a lot of things. Someone will be driving, your phone ring. You don't have an AirPod in your ear. You don't have an earpiece. You will not bend down to pick your phone, knowing fully well that you're driving. And by the time you raise your head up, something is coming and start shaking your hand like this. By that time, you don't hit person. And when they say, it's not my fault though. It's not my fault though. The person was crossing there. When everybody starts shouting, it's not my fault, who will take responsibility?
Well, not picking up call while driving is it will be a very difficult thing to stop, because one, there are many reasons why you need to.
It could be for emergency.
emergency. Yes.
So there's
I'm not saying they should stop it. Like that is why they made this airport and you can actually press it up. You still focus on your driving.
But
Must you pick your and put it in your ear? You driving with one hand and one phone is in your ear. It is risky.
now all these things now is not doesn't end on the citizens too. The governments are still cause of it.
That's what I'm
One,
saying.
you said something about one way that the one that and you see just an honorable, even not honorable. What am I even saying honorable on the House of Assembly? No, like maybe OCDA, this thing or thereabout.
A politician, let's put it that way.
You see,
When they carry
you
motor,
see them going on the one way, but ordinary person move one way now, police will stop the person.
And you block the
So,
person. and flog him.
I would yes. So some of these things they are the ones causing it. They will start it now. Smoking while driving is not right.
drinking while driving. is
You
not
see them. Most of them they will put on tinted and be smoking, and you see them you want to overtake, knowing that the lane is just moving slowly. You see them going through the other person, and they want those people coming through the other lane to go back for them to pass.
And the
So,
worst part as well, even when they pass through this checkpoint, some police will actually stop them and send them down from the car. Next thing you go there, guy, have fun now. What you get for us? That is what you hear, and they will let them pass, knowing fully well that these people are actually dangerous. Driving on the road in that state.
So this one way and thereabout, all these things are something they need to look into. One is it must start from the government, from the top to the lowest. It's not about the ordinary citizen. They are the ones causing they cause these things. And once they put it, because now what you show person I go do. Lead by example.
Mm.
So if they can respect the road traffic and the main track they need to follow, other people will follow them. But you see them, you see even when their traffic orders are stopping car, the other ones will stop. You see them, they'll just beat the traffic because they are comfort. Now, what do you expect the other people to do? Now this one, I didn't they chop money. One day they go just beat the traffic, want to try their own luck, and once they pass, you go see one police go hit the car, bullseye. So all these things are what we need to look into.
Okay, before we round up now, in this situation, now we know that a lady lost her life, right? Now, in this situation, now who takes responsibility? What's about the family? How would they be compensated? What is the company saying about this? Because I noticed earlier someone said when we were on break, someone said that the family would just be the money would the burial would be organized and everything and it's finished like that.
That's nonsense.
That's wickedness.
That's nonsense.
It's
You're-
not good. What about I heard that she has 2 children. Who will take care of those?
Those children should be placed on salary. One, they should
Monthly
be given
salary.
not if monthly that would something that will cover their
That's it
expense
now.
for
Yes.
the month. Now they should be given a scholarship.
Yes, schooling.
School
Yes.
scholarship.
Because nobody knows if the lady is actually very of her family.
And the
Nobody-
rent, the house rent, in fact, everything about them, the company will take care
Should
of.
they even be paying rent? They should build them a house.
Yes, sure.
Yes.
The truth is this. I want to somehow say that one, it is not a jungle justice.
Mm.
Like I said, we actually coming from the angle of empathy. You
Yeah.
understand? We might not really even know the real story of this accident. It's possible that it might not even be the driver's fault, or it's possible it's the driver's fault. You understand? All the same, you can't kill the driver to make up for the life that is already lost.
Mm.
So that has been there. So what I will actually say on a larger scale is our government should work on our roads. Let the roads be neat. Two, they should get all the agencies that is responsible for making sure that the road are properly used the right way to get to work and do what they're supposed to do. Then on the family, yes, the company has already accepted responsibility for what happened, and that's a good way to start. You understand? So the most they can do, at least they should do that. But our government should put a more formal rules and regulations that should be guiding these actions when they happen. Because when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. You understand? One, we are talking about this thing because the family is affected has a celebrity attached to them.
Yes,
You understand?
yes,
So what
yes.
about the other poor families that have been
Yes.
affected and nothing was done about them? You understand? So let us understand that life is a key value and is sacred. So by that way, both the drivers, the companies, the road users, even private vehicle owners will be conscious of the road they are applying, and in that way we will maybe institute a better or more normalcy on our roads. That's my own final take. But when you start saying you now carry every responsibility on the family and put on the company because it was a mistake. I'm not sure the driver came out to kill somebody or with his intention of coming to kill somebody. But the much they can do, they should do that for the family.
In as much as it's a mistake, it was a mistake. It's still expensive. You can't just come and well.
As well. All right. Thank you very much for that one. And rounded this up to everyone out there listening. Our topic for today is who takes responsibility for the lives of the citizens on Nigerian roads. You've all heard our opinions, actually voiced out our opinions, and you've heard from us. Remember that one life lost on the road is one too many, and their fathers, mothers, brothers, sisters, even breadwinners to a lot of families. Being it a driver, government should actually help us build our roads. The enforcement agencies, they should actually do their job on the road without compromise. And to the drivers, they should obey traffic rules and regulations. And we citizens, we should actually speak up when we see something that is not good. When you're in a public transport, let us all do our own part. But it's not just a job for one person. It is a collective effort of every one of us in this country. So thank you very, very much for watching. God bless you. And please do well to follow us on our Facebook page. Like our Facebook page, comment, share your opinions, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on TikTok, all our social media handles. Follow us, leave your questions and your suggestions. I will reply to you. Thank you for watching. I remain Gloria, your host. Bye for now.
Thank you.